First off, congratulations on everything. What a way to start off the brand new year. A brand new single is coming up. Tell us all about Been a Minute. It's perfectly titled, but tell us a little bit about the tune.
Thank you so much. I think that nails it. It's been a minute since we've been able to do shows. It's been a minute since we've seen so many of the people that we love or we're hoping to see. It's been a minute since so many things have transpired that we were expecting to happen, a year ago or whatever. And, I think for us, a lot of 2020, we lived in sentiment land and we wanted to do that. Hard Dirt was a song that talked about enduring the struggle with the hope on the other side of it, looking forward to something better. But the sentiment was there. We released Just Wanted You to Know as kind of a content piece and a song that really impacted us. We had written it pre-COVID, not knowing what was coming. And so I think heading into 2021, as a group, we wanted to release something upbeat, something that was fun, something that was engaging in a way, looking forward to almost looking forward to the good old days, what it used to be, type thing. And so it was a song that we knew we wanted to release with a message we wanted to. You can't. It's not everywhere, but so many places, so many times that you talk to people, that comes up in conversation. It's been a minute since, and so for us, it just made a whole lot of sense, and we're very, very excited to see how people interact with it.
And for a lot of the simple things too, we didn't dive in real deep with it with lyrics because just having the opportunity. It's been a minute since we've just been able to get out, and the one line is the blacktop turned to gravel at the day turned into night, and so it's like just hit the gravel roads. It's been a while since we've been able to just do those things. Some of the even simple things that we took maybe for granted before, so it kind of speaks towards that too. Yeah.
It's really cool because it shows how diverse of a band that you guys are, because you can do such a beautiful song like Hard Dirt, and then you come along with a tune like this that's really upbeat, it's really fun, but then you throw your own sound in it too, your own Hunter Brothers, you have your melodies, you have the strong lyrics behind it, but you still have that really fun beat. Is that something that you were kind of thinking about going into this new song you wanted to release?
I think one thing that we've talked about is letting each song kind of guide the way. We didn't with this song. Of course, we always want the aspects that I guess define us as a band, whether it be the harmonies, whether it be the whole brother side, whether it was wanting to have fun with it, because that is an aspect in our live shows that's really real to us. But as far as directing the ship, this was a song that it felt like how we wanted the production to come out on it, just kind of match the lyrics and the feel we wanted to put out. And I think for us, we have in-depth conversations, but we also want the song to be what it is. And we're very diverse in our musical tastes and flavors and influences. And so I think we each try to bring our own aspect to the table when we're recording a song, when we're working through the production of it. And that's just a process that each song kind of takes a life of its own.
I do want to talk about your process about writing a tune, because obviously there's 5 of you. Do you all kind of bring in a bunch of different things? Like Dusty, do you have like something already laid down on the drums, or maybe Brock's got some sort of guitar lick, or they kind of come all together? Or do you all just kind of sit in a room and try to figure out where you want to go along with it and where you want to do it lyrically, and then you kind of come up with the melody afterwards?
I think that we've done it all sorts of different ways, to be honest with you. At times we've all been in the room. Sometimes it's only 1 or 2 guys. It might be somebody has been just itching to write a specific idea. And that even if I think back on our last album, the title track, that was multiple writes. We didn't get it the way we wanted it the first time. So we kept trying and working because we believed we had a concept and an idea that we wanted to write, but the feel of the song didn't line up. And and then other times it is a little bit more of the melody line that we're in love with. Obviously, every song there are things that we want to say and things that we don't want to say, and we've always tried to be very intentional that our songs I guess all line up more message-wise in a land that we feel comfortable with. We've all got young families, or most of us have young families, and it's always been very important for us that if they're playing their daddy's music, that you're not cringing, you know, and that you can feel comfortable with them literally singing along. And so that's always been something. At the same time, we obviously we're always looking to try to be relevant to anyone who might be wanting to listen to it. And so I think that is probably the brother harmony are the two common themes that we try to weave into every song. After that, it's a bit of a free for all, and it's looked all sorts of different ways.
Now, I know, like you said, you guys all have young families. JJ, I want to ask you, how have you been trying to kind of fill that void of being up on stage? Have you figured out a way to kind of bring that energy back home, or is it just chasing around your little kids all day?
Yeah, there's multiple aspects to that. Thanks for asking. I know for all of us that have kids, and well, all of us, you know, family is so important. That we were raised that way, and you know, it's been such an important aspect of our lives. I think there's a few different things. One thing that has filled the void a little bit, we're sitting inside our studio, and so we've really dug into the whole engineering production side of things, and that's been a creative outlet that has given us an opportunity to, you know, in the past, we'd go to a recording studio and have a set amount of time to get a certain number of songs done, and you just, whatever you get kind of there. Whereas here, there's an opportunity that if, to be honest, the song that we were working on the last 2 days, we started a song in a certain key and had a big discussion yesterday as brothers, and we're like, no, we got to change the key on this. And so we did. And you know what? It was okay and if we have to change it again, we'll change it again, you know, because we have the space and the opportunity to do that. So that's been part of it. I think from the kids' perspective, my daughter, I have 3 daughters, and they're involved in dance. And fortunately, other than for a short time, that has continued on. And so we actually just finished filming their competitions, which is all going to be done virtually. So everything had to be spaced out, socially distanced with masks. But at least these kids are still able to be part of it. And I was able to be there. We actually did some production work here for one of the songs, which was a lot of fun. And we recorded these kids dancing. And it's been fun now leaning into what their excitement revolves around, and a performance that they worked so hard at, and watching them be part of it. Now being able to be part of that. And I think it awakens something as a father, as a parent, that wasn't there before. Seeing your kids now tackle something and be on stage in a way that, you know, we're not able to right now, and that's fine. It's been exciting in other ways.
Luke, I want to go to you. Obviously, trying to be in a band with a family is got to be some ups and some downs at the same time. How do you guys continue to work towards the same common goal? Is it a simple walk away process if words start getting thrown around, or are you guys more or less just able to kind of chill out and have kind of the same common goal moving forward?
We arm wrestle.
Who wins?
Well, it switches from time to time, but no, it's a great question. Actually, we've been asked that quite frequently over, you know, our career so far. And it's valid. There's a lot of truth to what you said. You know, we're 5 different guys with different personalities and opinions and tastes when it comes to music and just life in general. You know, I think our common goals are the same. Our core values and where we sit collectively line up. For the most part on the important matters. But I think the big thing is just communication. And yeah, we've had our disputes and our spats with one another, but at the end of the day, we believe in the collective as a group, and that we're stronger together. And yeah, we just try to keep communication lines open. So we're constantly having conversations and working through things, and you know, bringing things to the table as much as we can. And we don't do it perfectly by any means, but you know, ultimately we feel that, like I said, we're stronger together, and we want to do it with one another. And I can honestly say at the end of the day that I'm doing it with my best friends. There's nobody else I'd rather be doing this journey with, and I feel very, very fortunate to have these guys beside me, doing this journey. So
I think it's a powerful thing. Like you said, at the end of the day, you're doing it with the guys who would never want to do it without. So I think that's really cool. Brock, I got a question for you. Like
Sure.
I said, we met 5 years ago. 5 years ago, you guys did your El Dorado tour. What are some of your bigger things that maybe you've learned over the process? So over 5 years, I know that's a really broad question, but is there something that really struck up from your first time doing kind of smaller radio tours to doing your bigger stadium, your festival, and all of that as well?
Yeah, I guess it's a process. You don't know the magnitude of kind of the music industry, and we've sang music since we were kids, and we did a cappella stuff, we did some gospel stuff, and we were always kind of performing, and we went on that first radio tour, and I remember it, bus broke down just outside of Estevan on the first radio tour. Yeah. And so there was kind of everything that happened, and it was new and fresh. We had a song that we had put out there and had been received, and didn't really know the magnitude of the reach and radio stations such as you guys, and choosing to take a song and play it, and those interviews, and then the people that you would meet, and then the opportunities that would come along with it, and you hope that people's lives are impacted. And I know when we put a song out, it's usually for a reason. It either we hope that it reaches people where they're at, or that they can relate to it in some way, or and so it's been a journey right from day one. That whole process, and so you're continually learning, and it's been a neat journey.
Just to see where you guys have come from, and then all of a sudden you have this new single that comes out tomorrow. And do you have kind of just the same aspect of you're wanting to one up the single that you did from before, and then just slowly really wanting to make sure that you're just putting together the best live performance whenever you're able to get back out in front of fans?
Yeah, you always want to keep improving. So you're listening to what other guys are doing, and you're growing in of yourself, and so every day, and having this creative space like JJ talked about has been awesome, because you can revisit it and go, no, we can do better. Ryan Tedder is in the music industry. I respect him a lot. He's One Republic's probably my favorite group, but I heard him talk about it was actually one of the members of Lady Antebellum that were living with Ryan Tedder while he was writing and producing the song Apologize. And the song took, and he talked about it, and it was neat. I can't remember which member from Lady Antebellum it was there, but he just said it showed me what it takes to write and to record and to produce a song, because it just wasn't right. And he kept pushing, and he kept pushing, and he kept pushing to make sure that it was right. And it was months, and I believe like over a year that he spent on that one song to make it as good as possible. And so you kind of want to do that with every song that you come out with, and put your own flair on it, and make sure that it's your sound, but also grow with the song, and so that you can grow as an artist, and hopefully people receive it as well too. The amount of energy that you put into it. So
yeah, and to add to that, no doubt we're consciously thinking about the live show when and if that ever transpires again. You know, there may be holes in your show that you've been looking for a specific type of song that creates what you're going for at that particular moment in a show or whatever. And those are always things that are rolling around the back of your head too, that you want to be cognizant of the fact that, hopefully the songs, the people resonate with them, and they're going to want to continue to listen to them, which means then you're going to have to be performing them. And it needs to be something that A, you like performing, and B, that really kind of has its place within the show that you're trying to construct. So I believe that's also a component of it.
And it goes back to what JJ said, of something that you're proud of and that you want your kids to be proud of at the same time. So you bring that in full circle, and I think you got kind of like a moneymaker up on stage there as well.
Yeah, and I think it's the continual challenge, probably, and I don't want to speak for other artists, but it's that continual challenge of how do we continue to be ourselves but progress. You want something that's recognizable, that people can say, yeah, that's for us, that's Hunter Brothers. That's the sound that I hopefully liked in the first place and continue to like. And yet you're trying to move the needle, and you're trying to become better. You're trying to push boundaries. But and you've seen it, and I think some of the best artists over time have been able to move forward and progress their music without losing the foundation of who they were and are, and how they gained their fans in the first place. So it's that continual push and pull that you fight with, you battle with, you challenge yourself with, and say, how do we do this? And I mean, that's a fun challenge of it too, though.
Well, speaking of trying to get you guys back on stage, that's one thing we're looking forward to. More tractor parody songs this upcoming seating and getting on the combine. And I mean, of course, you guys have been asked about this, but the sea shanty is so unbelievable. First off, Dusty, we've tried 100 times trying to keep your beat on that barrel. No dice whatsoever for us over here. But can we talk about, first off, your shop that you have, which is the most immaculate shop I've ever seen in my entire life. And two, just the ideas of social media that you've brought forward just to kind of get your fans a little bit more of an inside and just engaging on a completely different style.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the challenges, or the challenge right now is that we can't do the live shows, like you said. The one positive thing, I guess, in today's day and age is that you do have these different social platforms, and we have really wanted to, and when we try to take advantage of the fact that you can still reach a lot of these people, and you might even be able to reach new people, and that's been kind of the fun thing through the sea shanty specifically, is we feel like it's kind of reached even a bit of a different audience to some degree. And I mean, everyone is different. Everyone is its own kind of place, and we kind of battle and fight through how we're going to try to present it or how we want the thing to look, and not knowing even ourselves half the time whether it's going to resonate with people. And the sea shanty itself was something that was a lot of fun to put together. We were strongly encouraged by some people. We have to admit that it was actually outside influencers were like, hey, you guys really need to do sea shanty. Your own spin on one. We were like, oh, okay, we'll give her a whirl. And Ty wrote some lyrics for it, and one thing led to the next, and we found that old barrel in mom and dad's living room in their house, and decided to try to put our own spin on it. Obviously, with us being farm boys and having the shop up there, we were, let's get a couple guys driving a tractor and let's hop out of that thing. And then and one thing led to the next, and it is kind of what it is. But we're thankful that people seem to enjoy those, and it's one way for us to continue to connect, even though obviously the in-person thing is kind of not in the cards as of right now.
Well, I think you guys just found your new live element for your next upcoming show.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But fellas, I want to thank you again for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having us. Your support means so much. And we're really thankful to be able to have this chat today. And hopefully we can do it sometime in person in the near future.
We'd love it. Best of luck with the new single. And yeah, we'd love to chat with you as soon as possible for sure.